guys, welcome back to another video. If this is your first time here, my name is Sadie, and this video is long overdue. As you know from the title, this is the question and answer breastfeeding video, and I'm super excited to make it for you guys. Really sorry it took so long. I have my little right here doing chalk. Say hi! So yeah, let's just jump right into it. I have my list of questions here. I didn't lose it. Go me. The first question is, how do you know if you're producing enough? As long as your baby is having enough wet and dirty diapers, your baby's getting enough food. I don't know the exact, how many per day or per hour or whatever, but I know you get a sheet in the hospital that says this is how many poops or pees your baby should be making in this time frame, and as long as they're meeting that, then you're producing enough. Your baby's getting enough to eat. So in my experience, babies can't talk, they just cry. So there were times where I would feed Emma and she would be fed, she would be changed. Nothing really would be wrong that I could think, but she'd still be crying. So, you know, are you chalking it up to, well, she's just not full? Or, you know, is it because she has gas? Is it because she's uncomfortable? Like, you know, take her socks off, bring her outside, change the scenery. You know, try all those things first, because if she's making enough wet and dirty diapers, then you're fine. You're producing enough. Another thing people say is, well, when I pump, you know, I'm not getting enough. And it could be that you're not producing enough, but it could also be that your body just doesn't respond to the pump. It could be that you have the wrong size, I don't know what it's called, the little, the suction part that goes on the pump, like the diameter. There's different ones depending on the size of your nipple, I guess. So you have to make sure that you have the right one of that, because if it's not sucking, if it's not sucking properly, then you're not going to get as much milk, you know, as needed. It's not going to be working efficiently. One more thing on this topic is, I don't know if you guys have ever seen the little picture, and it shows the size of your baby's stomach, like when it's born, and then within 24 hours, and so on and so forth. Whenever your baby's first born, their stomach, something like, I think maybe 2 tablespoons or 2 teaspoons or something like that. It's tiny, you guys. So you have to think, for those moms who are giving their baby formula, like straight out the gate, they're born and they get formula, they give them a 2-ounce bottle. That's the smallest you can get, and these babies are drinking it, but from the moment that they're born, you're overfeeding them. You're stretching out their stomach. So this is why, you know, formula-fed babies are a little bit chunkier, because they're eating a little bit more. And then you wonder why babies have, you know, doctors chalk all this spitting up. Oh, they have reflux. They have reflux. Well, do they really have reflux, or are you just overfeeding them too much? So, you know, if you're in the first couple days, which brings me to another point, you really shouldn't pump within the first, month, because because your breast milk is produced supply and demand. So if you start pumping, if you start pumping as soon as you have the baby, it could lead to having an oversupply, and you don't want to have that. It might seem awesome to, you know, be producing all this milk, but it's not going to be awesome when, you know, you have to wake up in the middle of the night because you're in so much pain that, okay, you know, you're so engorged, and then that could lead to mastitis and all this. So it's generally recommended to wait until 1 month to start pumping if you can. If you know that you're just going to be a straight pumping mom, then, you know, go for it. But if you're going to do both, or you're not sure about if you're going to pump, just wait. So yeah, I think that answered that question. As long as they're making enough wet and dry diapers, you're fine. You're producing enough. Okay, next question. What to look for in a pump? Honestly, this is the way I buy everything. Look at the ratings. Look at the reviews. Read the reviews. You know, everybody's different. I got a not even brand name pump because most of you, if you didn't know this, but your insurance will cover a pump, the cost of a pump. I went to like this medical supply store that sold like old people like wheelchairs and oxygen tanks, I don't know, and so I got this like crap pump. It did the job, but if you're really serious about pumping, you'll want to look into getting a good pump. I didn't pump very much. I got to stay home with Emma until she was a year old, so I didn't ever really have to pump. So I'm not super versed in pumps, but I would make sure that it has, that you get the right, God, I need to know what that piece is called. You have to take into consideration, do you care if it's a loud pump? Do you want a pump that's going to be quiet? Do you want something that's going to be a double pump? If you're like me, I originally had just like a hand pump from Adela. I would say that it worked better than my electric pump, but to sit there and do this hand motion to get like 4 ounces of milk, even just 2 ounces of milk, like going back and forth with your hand, like it was work and it sucked. So yeah, you just gotta take into consideration what you think is going to work for you, and definitely check into your insurance company, see if they cover a breast pump and what kind, because they can get expensive, but if you get it for free, why not? Next question. Pump more or allow baby to nurse more? This I kind of went over. It's always better to have them nurse from your breast as much as possible. The reasoning behind that is, one, it's the most efficient. Them suckling, that's the most efficient. When your baby latches, it performs a suction, like, obviously through suckling, whatever. It's a suction. And so, say your baby gets sick. With them nursing from your breast, something happens with their saliva in our bodies that lets our bodies know that our baby's sick, and our body starts producing antibodies and all this stuff, and literally tailors itself to your baby, to help your baby. If your baby is hot, I'm from Florida, it's hot all the time, so if your baby is getting dehydrated, too hot or whatever, your milk will change for it to be more have more water in it, I guess, to hydrate your baby. So letting your baby nurse on your breast is always the best. So the next thing is, how did you keep your supply full enough to keep up with her? I let her nurse a lot, all the time. She was always on the boob, it felt like, but I drank a lot of water, I ate super healthy. I never really had a problem, with my supply, but I would say my best advice is to drink a lot of water. Most of the population is chronically dehydrated. You should be drinking twice your body weight in ounces of water a day. So, like, I weigh 120 pounds, so I should be drinking 60 ounces of water a day, roughly. So yeah, drink a lot of water. Let them nurse whenever they want to nurse. Let them nurse. You're gonna go through cluster feeding times where they're hitting a growth spurt and they just want to be on the boob all day long, and hunger down, you better put on some Netflix, get your snacks, find a comfy chair, get a book, hunker down and just, you know, feed. I know that worked for me because I was a stay-at-home mom. But if you're a working mom and that's not gonna work, I don't know, just drink a lot of water and eat as healthy as possible. Things like oatmeal, increase your milk supply. As crazy as it sounds, beer increases your supply. I'm not telling you to go out and get wasted, but you know, have a beer. Yeah, which brings me to my next question, which is, do lactation cookies and lactation teas really work? Obviously they work, or else they wouldn't be so popular. How well they work or how often they work, that I don't know. A lot of the ingredients, stuff that's supposed to promote milk production. So yeah, I don't have any personal experience with them. I've heard some people say that they're kind of gross, but it's worth a shot. Ask your friends, ask around, you know, see if it's worth it, if it's in your budget, and why not? Why not have some cookies? Because, like, breastfeeding is hard. So yeah, cookies to increase your production, that just sounds awesome. Like, why not try it anyways? Even if it doesn't work, you'll just feel good about having a cookie, right? So yeah, next question. Tips on adjusting to breastfeeding, i.e. pain. Yeah, if you guys watched my last video, you know that I went through a period right after Emma was born where I was in so much pain from her breastfeeding. And if you haven't watched that video, I'll link it below. Go check it out. It's my breastfeeding story. It gets kind of emotional. But yeah, it's not supposed to hurt that much. If you're in a lot of pain, check and make sure that your baby's latching correctly. But if you're just uncomfortable, which it is uncomfortable. I mean, I guess everybody's different. Everybody has a different pain tolerance. I think my pain tolerance is kind of high. But yeah, it's going to be uncomfortable. So my tips for you are, get some lanolin, some nipple cream. There's different kinds. I use the Lanzano, I don't know if I'm saying that right, brand, just at Walmart. Oh, it wasn't at Walmart, it was at Walgreens. I got it at Walgreens. And they also sell like nipple pads, which, get them, because when you leak, you don't even know you're leaking until there's like wet spots like through your bra and everything, and it's embarrassing. So get some nipple pads. They also sell breast milk storage bags. I use those as well from the same brand. They're pretty good. They work pretty good. I recommend it to everyone. So yeah, get some nipple cream for sure. Yeah, that's all that helped. It gets better. It might seem like forever, but looking back on it, it doesn't take that long for the pain to subside and it just to be, just feel natural, feel fine. Okay, so next question is, how did you deal with biting when she started getting teeth? That was fun. My baby's teeth came in twos, so she had all of her teeth, including her 2-year molars, by the time she was like 15 months. Definitely by the time she was 18 months, she had all her teeth. And she even has an extra tooth. It's really weird, but yeah, I'm not even kidding. Her teeth came in twos, and she had one of those amber necklaces that help with teething pain. I think maybe there was like 2 times in total that I could tell she was teething, like she was cranky because of her teething. That thing worked wonders for me. For some people, they say it doesn't work, but a lot of people swear by them. The amber teething necklaces are great for teething. But yeah, so when she started getting teeth, the only way I knew she was getting teeth was because she would bite. And I don't know why, but it was literally the only time that she would bite me was when she was getting a new tooth or teeth in. And as soon as they popped through the gums, she would stop. It was really crazy. How did I deal with it? Well, obviously, your first reaction to anything that bites you is to get it off you. Don't do that. Don't do that, because that just makes it a million times worse. If you ever, like, looked at your nipple after, like, right after your baby unlatches, it's, like, long anyways. And then just imagine, like, baby teeth on that. Just don't do that. First tip is stay calm. This is gonna sound so bad. I remember reading it and being like, are you kidding me? People are really recommending this. But it works. Whenever he or she, your baby, whenever your baby bites you, hug them close. In this way, because their lips are already kind of up from you know, being latched on, and then it gets their nose, so they can't breathe. And so if they can't breathe out of their nose or their mouth, they're going to unlatch because there's something in their mouth, and they're going to breathe through their mouth. So that's one way. Just, they bite you, stay calm, just, you know, don't suffocate them for any long amount of time. I'm not telling you to suffocate your baby, but just pull them in close and they'll unlatch. Another way, what else did I do? Don't scream. Don't scream, because it's a reaction, and your baby's going to see that they're getting a reaction out of you, so they're going to do it more, because at that point it's funny, like, oh, mom's like freaking out, like she gets startled every time I do this, so let me do it some more because it's funny, and then it becomes a game, and you don't want those problems. So stay calm. Do not try to rip your baby off. Do not yell or scream or anything like that. I know it's hard because just that jerk reaction, but stay calm, hug your baby in close, they'll unlatch. And that's pretty much how I dealt with it. I don't really think I did anything else other than that. And I mean, it happened kind of often, like every time she got teeth, but it was for such a short amount of time that it wasn't really ever a big issue. Okay, next question is medicine or remedies for when you get sick. I was supposed to do research on this one, and I did not. Ask your doctor. I don't know. I don't know what you can take. It's been a while, and I'm kind of against big pharma, so I don't like taking medicine. Like, I kind of grew up that way. Like, my mom never took medicine. I only took medicine when I really needed it. I just don't really like medicine. Like, I don't even like taking Tylenol if I have a headache. So yeah, ask your doctor. They'll know what medicines you can take. I'm pretty sure they give you a list, actually. When you have the baby, all I can say is try not to get sick. Make sure you're getting enough vitamin C. Make sure you're keeping your immune system up, because it's not fun being sick and having to take care of not only a baby but a nursing baby, one that has to, you know, use you as their source of nourishment. That's hard. Yes, prevention. Try not to get sick. Make sure you're eating healthy. Make sure you're drinking your water. Take care of yourself. I know it's so hard because you're taking care of this tiny human, and, you know, your family, your husband, or your boyfriend, or what have you. Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Do not be stubborn. Do not, you know, swallow your pride and ask for help if you need it. It's okay. Even if you're a breastfeeding mom, you know, make sure your baby is fed and hand them off to grandma, to dad, to aunt, to uncle, to whoever you can hand them off to. Hand them off. Take a break. Relax. Because we need it. We need to make sure that we're taking care of ourselves too. Because, you know, we can't take care of other people 100% if we're not feeling 100%. So take care of yourself. I can't stress that enough. And if you don't have anybody to hand your baby off to, use nap times. Babies sleep a lot at first. Use nap times to just unwind. Do a meditation. You know, read a book. Go outside. You know, take a bath. Put the baby monitor on and take a bath. You might have to get out because babies love to just wake up as soon as you try to get anything done. But just do something that is relaxing. just to get those few minutes to just decompress before you have to go back at it. I know it's really hard, you know, doing it on your own, but still, you know, make yourself a top priority as well as your baby. And my last question is any advice or tips on how to breastfeed successfully? You know, I've already stressed taking care of yourself. I've already stressed drinking your water, eating healthy, you know, ask for help. I'm trying to think of all the struggles that I went through. Make sure your baby is latching correctly. Breastfeed wherever the heck you want, covered or uncovered, and don't let anybody tell you that you're gross, that you're disgusting, that you should be ashamed of yourself, that's not ladylike. All of these crazy things that people will try to tell you if you are breastfeeding in public with or without a cover, because some people even get offended with a cover on breastfeeding in public. F them, okay? For those of you who know me, know that I'm so passionate about this. Breastfeed wherever you want. I am very shy. I'm reserved. I do not take confrontation very well. Like, if someone is rude to me while I'm out, I'll usually just shut up and walk away and cry, because that's the person I am. So if I can do it, you can do it. Don't worry about it. Breastfeed wherever you want. I'm not saying that you have to like have your whole boob out. There's ways that you can breastfeed without a cover and very modestly. And I'll just go through them real quick. The first is the tooth shirt method. So like this, I would be wearing this shirt, and this is a sports bra, but say I'd be wearing like a spaghetti strap underneath, so I could pull this shirt up. My spaghetti strap would be covering my stomach, but and then, you know, I would take my boob out to nurse, and this top shirt would go over, so you had a shirt under and over, and very minimal amount of it, probably no boob is shown, no stomach is shown, nothing is shown, everything is good, but you don't have a cover over your baby making it hot and dark, and it's just, babies don't like covers, okay? So to make, that is like the simplest thing that works. If you just want to let it all hang out, be my guest, let it all hang out, more power to you. You're probably gonna get some more negative comments, but just ignore them. People are stuck in their ways, and some people aren't very open-minded, and everybody's entitled to their opinion, and that's okay, but we shouldn't be shamed for feeding our babies. Point blank. There's no point in it. There's no reason for it. Because I feed my baby in public, that doesn't make me nasty, disrespectful. It doesn't make me any of the derogatory names that people call girls. No. It makes me a mother who is feeding her child. It's natural, and there's nothing wrong with it. I am protected by law that I can feed my child wherever I want. So your opinion is irrelevant. It doesn't matter. Just be confident. And if you're too scared to breastfeed in public, if you don't feel comfortable because you don't want other people to make you uncomfortable, you guys are the ones I'm fighting for. You guys are the ones that I want to be a voice for, because it's not okay. And no woman should feel like they cannot go out and enjoy the world while they're nursing because they don't want to be shamed or it's uncomfortable. You know, I still did everything that I did before, and I just breastfed everywhere we went. Restaurants, Chuck E. Cheese, Family Fun Center, at the park, I don't know, in Target. Like, I fed her everywhere. My brother's friends, which my brother's 5 years younger than me, so teenage boys would come in my house, and I'd be sitting on the couch feeding, and at first they would all be like, "Oh, I'm sorry," and I kind of had to explain to them, like, dude, it's cool, chill out, relax. And then they were just like, oh, what's up, Sadie? What's up, Emma? And they would they would keep it moving. It wasn't a big deal anymore. And don't tell me that you don't want to explain to your child what's happening. It's really, really simple. That's where milk comes from. That's how babies get milk. That's how babies get fed. There's milk in there. That's, you know, that's what babies drink. Just like baby cows drink their mama's milk. And it also comes from a society that we drink cow's milk, another species' milk. You know, kids can kind of get confused. Like, well, what do you mean? Like, there's milk in the fridge, you know. But, so it is a little bit confusing, but kids aren't going to be like, ew, that's gross, unless you teach them that, ew, that's gross. If you teach them, that's where milk comes from. That's how babies get their food. They're just drinking some milk. Kids will be like, okay, and move on with their life. It's not that big of a deal, guys. It's not that hard to get a concept around. So yeah, now that I'm done rambling on and on my rant, I hope you guys got some good information out of this. If you have any more questions, feel free to comment down below or message me on any platform, Facebook, Instagram. I do have Twitter. I'm not very active yet. I'm still trying to learn the ins and outs of it, but I do have Twitter. And let me know. You know, I'm here for you guys. I love you guys. Fighting for you guys all the time. Even though my breastfeeding journey is over, it's still something that I'm really passionate about. I don't even think I'm gonna have more kids, but I'll still keep fighting for you guys, for your right to breastfeed in public. You know, I believe that we need to be way more educated than we are about breastfeeding. I think a lot of the times we fail because we just don't have the knowledge, and you know, it's something that needs to change. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up, and subscribe, share, let all your friends know. I'm going to be doing a giveaway. All the information is going to be linked down below on how to enter. I'm going to be giving away some baby girl clothes, some of my old clothes, and probably some goodies in there too. I'll also link my social media down below so you can follow me in between hanging out with me here on YouTube. And that's it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Love you. Bye.